we go. Monday edition, Mr. Irrelevant. Alex Strouf, Josh DiMaggio, Will Sommers with you. Good to be with you on this Monday after what was an awesome sports weekend. Plenty of college basketball, World Baseball Classic, and all the in-betweens to get into here on this Monday as Joshy strolls in right on time, as he often does, Will.
He's just making so much noise on his way around, too.
He's just throwing chairs into walls to make his grand entrance. Thanks for being here right on time, pal.
What's up, boys?
Your mic's not even on. Thanks, Will.
Good job, Will.
Well. Hello?
He was in here for too long. Now it's good. I didn't have time. I was scrambling.
Snuck up on me today.
It's good to be back with you guys today, man. I missed you guys over the weekend. Will, I was thinking about you over the weekend.
Weird. Why?
Because I was at a parade. I was all over the place on Saturday. I had a couple of wedding venue tours, had to run to our friends at Robert Hack Jewelers. My fiance needs to get a ring resized, so we popped in there. And then we came back downtown, and the St. Patrick's Day parade was going on. And you hit me as a guy that likes parades. I don't know why I thought of you, but I was like, I bet Will likes parades.
I actually think they're really stupid. Like, I was in Chicago for St. Patrick's Day, and everyone goes to the river.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's the dumbest thing ever. I'm going to sit there and watch a river that already looks green get a little greener, and people drive by in boats.
So did you go to the parade in Chicago?
No.
Okay.
Only like the high school kids go, I think, because they just like can't get in any of the bars. So
I saw a lot of Borgs being confiscated
in Chicago. I did too.
It was hilarious. I was sitting across from a bunch of kids on the train. These I think they were like 17, 18 maybe in high school, and they were just super loud carrying around the Borgs. And then once we got to the train station, there was a cop just waiting there and took all of them, and they were just really sad after that. It was kind of funny.
So for those of you that aren't familiar with what a Borg is, it is, I believe it stands for Blackout Rage Gallon.
Yes.
Those became really popular shortly after I graduated college. So within the last 5 years.
Damn, you're old.
I know. And so it's, I think it's like half vodka, half water, and then like Mio, like water flavoring. Can't be healthy for you.
It is basically the most calorically efficient way to get very drunk.
Will's a Borg guy.
He did it before.
As I say, we know
it never ends well.
See, the thing is, as with everything, a younger generation invents something slightly different than what everyone else has been doing, and it's a new invention. Like WAP is a thing that started in the 70s and 80s, which is ostensibly something similar.
Jungle juice, yeah.
It's just now it's even more, instead of being communal, it's your own, which sort of tells you about the times we live in.
Wow. So Josh, you kept calling people selfish.
Yes.
Deep meaning.
Wow.
Oh, well, yeah.
Who knew the Blackout Rage Gallon had such a deep underlying societal meaning?
Look at America and tell me it doesn't fit that you would.
We should make a movie about that.
That you would cost effectively try and get as drunk as possible while leaving other people out.
We're going to make a movie called The Blackout Rage Gallon, and it's just going to be a bunch of underlying themes about selfish society.
Yeah. This is good.
I envision Will being the type of guy who like watches a movie and doesn't understand the message they're communicating. Like he saw Parasite and was like, "That was such a weird. What was the point of that? What were they trying to?"
That's why I like to watch movies multiple times because I get that a lot of the good ones have like underlying meanings that it takes you a while.
So I have two different questions, and they're very unrelated, but two movies with deep meanings that I've seen multiple times. How many times have you seen Inception?
Me? Oh, yes.
Like double digits.
Okay. And you get all of it now?
Yeah.
Did you get all of it after first watch?
There's just a lot. I feel like every time you watch that movie, you notice more things because there's a lot going on.
We talked briefly about animated movies on Friday's episode when Josh wasn't here.
Yeah.
You ever seen the movie Zootopia?
No.
I recommend you watch that and give us your takeaways.
Like, do you understand? Have you seen Avatar?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't remember it if not.
Yeah.
Or if I did.
I feel like that's a pretty memorable movie.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 5 hours long.
It's very long. Highest grossing movie of all time.
Have you seen Parasite?
Yes. But I've only seen it once, and it was like when I was like 15 maybe. It was a while ago.
Really? Is that old?
It can't be that. How old are you? 23?
23. It's pretty old.
Isn't it like 4 years old?
I don't think it's that
definitely
old.
2019?
That's 7 years ago.
So that like kind of adds up. Yeah, 16. Yeah, when it was like first coming out, when it was at the top of the charts.
Huh. All right. Well, this was a good open. Welcome back, everybody. Good to be back with you on this Monday on Mr. Irrelevant. Streaming live on YouTube, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison, and, of course, wherever you get your podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. We had a couple people ask last week about the ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge. I'm happy to let you know it is back. We are back for the ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge. You can head to ESPNWisconsinBracket.com, ESPNWisconsinBracket.com, and it is presented by our friends at Cousin Subs. The first place winner in our ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge will take home a $500 Cousin Subs gift card. That's ESPNWisconsinBracket.com, where you can get on the action. I'm already in there. My bracket's selected. I'm going to toy around with it between now and Thursday, but I'm in there. I saw Joshy's already up in there. I would assume Will be in there as well, so you can compete against all of us. Though Joshy's ESPN account must be so old,
yes,
it doesn't have a name. So it says like Big Cat with some numbers, right? That's you?
Yeah, I just haven't adjusted it yet. I just entered through the QR code, which hopefully Will figures out how to flash on the screen.
You can see that on the screen right now if you want to scan the QR code as well.
I was communicating
I have
to
Monday
him.
brain.
Well, I saw my handwritten bracket get popped up at one point.
He said flash the bracket, and I thought he was talking about that one.
Well, I have it right here. I mean, I don't know that you need to flash it. I brought it with me. Which you probably can't see very well on YouTube, but it's my handwritten bracket that I do every year.
If you were 2 feet away from it, you wouldn't be able to tell what's written on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's rude.
Yes. So it's very easy. If you scan that QR code, you do go directly to it where you can enter and be a part of the challenge. It is important. You know what my old login is and information because I've had this since I think I first started playing fantasy football in the early 2000s. That's how far the account dates back. But you do want to put your full name in there so we can reach you. That is a very important thing because a lot of people use, much like me, they use an email that they may or may not have access to.
Yes, very, very good point.
And that's how we try and reach out. And especially if you don't have a name, it makes it even more difficult to track you down. So put your full name in there so we can find you and access you.
Wonderful. All right, good luck to everybody on that. That'll be open until Thursday morning. The ESPN Wisconsin Bracket Challenge presented by our friends at Cousins Subs. $500 gift card to the winner. That's a lot of subs.
Yeah.
It's a lot of subs.
A lot of cookies.
A lot of party subs.
A lot of party subs. All right, we'll get back to the NCAA Tournament and the bracket and March Madness and all that because I have a lot of thoughts on that now that we've slept on it. I have not talked to either of these guys about the NCAA Tournament yet, so looking forward to get some of their thoughts, including Joshy, who maybe actually watched college basketball this weekend. We'll all find out together a little bit later. I do want to talk about this, though, because this is kind of the big story from over the weekend was from Packers president and CEO Ed Policy, who did an interview with the Sports Business Journal and was quoted as saying the following, which has really gotten some Packers fans' panties in a bunch. He said, quote,
Hate that word.
Panties?
Yeah.
Okay,
gross.
Sorry. We're soon to be the only stadium without naming rights. That's not a threshold we're looking to cross anytime soon, but we might be a little bit more aggressive with some of the other entitlement inventory we just haven't had taken advantage of in the past. He goes on to talk a little bit more about, what that could look like given the state of finances in the National Football League. All fine. Am I the only person that wouldn't have an issue with Lambeau Field having a naming right?
No, because
it would still be everybody would still refer to it as Lambeau Field.
And Mile High has sold their naming conventions. I mean, Gillette is known.
Right. Heinz Field?
Well, it's not. It's Acrisure
I know.
now. But Ford Field also, it's just what it would become. It would be like Lambeau Field, Lambeau presented by, they'd figure it out. Lambeau's not leaving the naming convention.
Well, right. So it would be, it would be Door County Distillery Stadium at Lambeau Field.
Right.
Or Lambeau Field at Door County Distillery Stadium.
Right. Correct.
Something like that.
Yes.
Which I, again, would not have a problem with.
No, we'd still call it Lambeau. We'd still refer to it as Lambeau for short. They'd get their name mentions on broadcasts and the shot of it, as they're doing the flyover stuff or the drone footage. But I don't have a problem with it. My concern is more bigger picture because I haven't seen anyone adequately describe to me exactly what challenges the Packers are forecasting for themselves. I know the private equity issue thing is a big thing to them that they're very worried about in the infusion of cash. Last I checked, that rainy day slush fund is about $600 million. I don't know what competitive disadvantages the Packers may be at because of their structure. I've yet to had that adequately described to me, other than the big bad guys with a ton of money might be able to outpace us. And that to me still sort of remains unclear to me. I don't know what they're angling for, because whenever the Packers do something, there is intent behind it. There's a reason they floated the multiple years of selling your tickets. You can get them taken away. There's a reason the goalposts have again moved, with Aaron Popke appearing on Wilde and Tausch saying we could take your tickets for any reason or no reason at all. And this is something that last year, I believe, had our priorities keeping the Packers in Green Bay. That messaging, if you notice, has changed. And there's a reason it changed. It's because they floated the trial balloon and they said, uh-oh, that's probably not an avenue we should go down. We need to find a more creative way of doing it. But in all of that, it's become increasingly more confusing to me exactly what like. I understand basic economics and how a billionaire owner that's able to sell percentage to private equity would have more cash, but it doesn't affect the salary cap. This money we're talking about, you have $600 million at your disposal, and you're able to sell stock seemingly at any point for about as much as you want, and you sell every one of them you could ever dream of. So that to me is where I'm I don't understand exactly what they're trying to accomplish here. And I don't know because these are all steps to something in the future that they want or they're looking for, but I haven't quite figured out what that is yet.
Yeah, I guess I don't know in terms of the messaging. I don't think it's as you seem to lean in the direction more so than I do that something bad's coming.
Yes. Whenever people are asking about and worrying about money, you as a fan should be concerned, because that's going to make it worse for you. Be it more expensive, be it more price hikes, be it...
Sure. And I think all those things are coming, but I think that's just expected in the world we live in.
Yeah, I mean, and this gets us back to the old thing. Are you actually community owned and worried about the small market that you're in? Or are you just trying to profit as much as humanly possible?
Yeah, despite them being a nonprofit,
yes,
they're still for profit.
Yes.
Right? If that makes sense.
Yes, they've carved out a unique place for them that gives them advantage. Like when they sold the last round of stocks, other teams said, hey, why can't we do this? And everyone said, well, you can't do that because you would have to actually sell stake in your team.
Correct. And for the Packers, well.
Yeah, because of the unique place they found them in. So
I guess my big takeaway from all of this, reading this article in the Sports Business Journal and reading more into Policy's perspective, no pun intended, from his monthly column, I just think this guy's a businessman, and he's doing his best to communicate questions he was asked relative to finances.
I mean, you're the type of person I don't find particularly too interested in having to believe bad things about his favorite team.
You've said that before.
And that's what, and the most delicate way I can say this is this not meaning anything more than just him saying some stuff. It requires a level of naivete that I'm unwilling to.
No, I don't think it's just him saying stuff.
There's a reason that we've had that the Packers got pushed to the point of the mayor of Green Bay having to say, hey, they're trying to charge us. They're trying to pay less rent. And they have to publicly tell us how much money they're making. Like, what real threat are the Packers under by having to pay $250,000 less a year to rent the city of Green Bay? Like, the Packers haven't done well in terms of PR towards the community. And that's been now multi-years running. This stuff didn't really happen with Bob Harlan. Mark Murphy seemed to really elevate it, and there's the reason the Titletown District and all that stuff exists. Mm-hmm. Like all that, there's movement happening here that they are going to change things and take away the Packers that everybody cherishes and make it into something different. And these are all just steps to get there. It's incremental change to being not what they used to be.
Sure. Yeah. I think you're the smartest man on the panel, so you're going to read the most into this. I don't think Here are the things I worry about. Here's my bottom line when it comes to the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
Are you playing in Green Bay?
Yep.
Are you not going to fold as a franchise?
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to spend money on good players? Are you going to win football games? Are you going to entertain me in the fall?
Right. And that's, I agree with those, but none of those are affected in what Ed Policy's talking about.
Right, which is why I don't have a big issue with it.
Right.
Sell the naming rights. I don't give a damn.
Right. That, to me, that's a different conversation. It is what it is. If you could sell something, you should probably do it in the NFL. It's probably better for the overall bottom line, for the in-game experience, for the stadium experience, for the Hall of Fame experience. All that stuff can be affected by that. I don't know what the end goal is, the end game. And the end game is probably something, if I were to describe it to you, you would be worried about. Or if we were able to do that. I think
we're just not there yet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And the end goal is probably not even in Ed Policy's tenure. If you were to game this out.
Well, I guess I don't know how old he is. I would assume he's got, 10, 15 years?
Yes.
Probably.
You would imagine. Yes. So that to me is...
He's 55. You have to retire at what age?
75. So 20
so he's
years.
got 20 years.
So it'd probably be towards the end of his tenure where you would actually be like, wow, this doesn't feel like it used to be. And I don't know if they're angling to try and become a owned by a billionaire organization, and these are all incremental steps to get there, and they're trying to warm people up to the Green Bay Packers being just like the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones.
That's why it's 70, not 75. Mark Murphy's 70.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't know.
Because would you if you became...
I'm going to hit you with a cliche.
If it be... Oh, jeez. I see. When you prepare me for cliche, couldn't you just keep the cliche in and talk about it better?
No. The cliche is change is a part of life.
Yes.
And
right.
that's all that's happening.
Are the Packers then going to repay the fans who bought stock?
No.
Okay. See, that's where we start getting into interesting conversations. Then how do they make material change? Well, other than boning the people who kept them afloat.
But there's not going to be an owner.
I don't know what they're angling for. I can't make sense of it. That's why I'm asking.
There's no way they could legally sell the team.
I think right now, I don't know if you've noticed things now, but you pay somebody some money, you give some donations, things start to happen for you.
If they sell the Packers, that's when we have to start worrying. So they're not standing.
Wait, but wouldn't it make sense to start worrying about the Packers being sold before they're sold?
But I don't think they can do it. Yeah, fair point. If they even looked into it, then I'd be worried.
That's what I'm trying to. Can they now? No. But can they make incremental change over the course of 20 years to then be able to do that?
That's what you're worried about?
Who knows? I don't know. I didn't think they'd be what they are now, but they've done it.
What do you mean by that?
Not have zero benefits for being an owner.
Was there ever benefits?
Yes.
In like the 1970s?
When Bob Harlan, rest his soul. Things were different. They didn't increase ticket prices every single year.
Well, yeah, but the NFL didn't explode the way it has.
Well, and
cost and demand, Josh. Cost and demand.
And their rainy day slush fund is $600 million. They have more money to fall back on than, I don't know, almost every other place on earth.
Let's call up Mark. Let's talk to Mark about this.
You're not going to get an honest answer from him.
Sure I will.
No.
Me and Mark go way back.
No.
He hates you.
That was unnecessary.
That's what I heard.
From who?
Grapevine.
Sure. Grapevine's talking.
Do you actually know him?
Yeah.
He doesn't know him. He's lying to you.
I'm not lying to you. I've met Mark Murphy dozens of times.
How many times does he remember?
2.
He doesn't.
He doesn't know.
All right. Well, this is taking my knees out. How about this news coming across Saturday morning from Stephen Holder of ESPN? The Colts have given permission to Anthony Richardson to seek a trade. And Stephen Holder reports the team to keep an eye on is the Green Bay Packers. After successfully rehabilitating Malik Willis's career in Green Bay, Matt LaFleur, and the rest of that offensive staff, are looking at another young project who has not lived up to an early draft pick. And as the Colts have paid Daniel Jones $50 million to stay in Indianapolis, it's clear that Anthony Richardson does not have a future in Indiana. So the Packers, now without a true backup quarterback on their roster, have emerged as the favorites to potentially trade for a young quarterback looking to revive his career. And after Matt LaFleur proved he was capable of doing that with Malik Willis, when Jordan Love missed several games over the course of the last 2 seasons, he's interested, allegedly, in proving it again. I like Anthony Richardson. I thought he was an athletic freak at Florida who hadn't played enough football and had a lot of maturing to do. Similarly to how I felt about Malik Willis. But here's what I struggle with. The Packers, in my opinion, view their championship window as open. And I think it would be a smarter decision to pursue a veteran backup quarterback than a project backup quarterback, given the amount of injuries that Jordan Love has suffered the last 2 years. I'm not sure you're a playoff team either of the last 2 years if Malik Willis wasn't as successful as he was when he had to pop in for Jordan Love. So while Anthony Richardson could be another great story of revival and survival and going to Green Bay, changing your career, and getting back on a starter's track once you exit a few years later, sure, that could be a great story. But shouldn't we acknowledge, if Jordan Love goes down again in 2026, you want somebody you're really comfortable with that can pop in and win games? Again, I'm not anti-Anthony Richardson. I'm open to the idea. It just worries me if, say, what happened 2 years ago happens again. Richardson's not in Green Bay for long, and he has to pop in week 2 as a starter. Can he do what Malik Willis did? That's the question we'll ultimately find out if he ends up in Green Bay. But I don't know. I'm not as open-minded about this one as I was the Malik Willis one, Joshy.
I find that very weird. I also don't like your whispery tone right now. Liven it up a little bit for me here. Let's go.
I'm pondering. I'm going to ponder.
I don't like it. Stop pondering.
You don't like when I think?
No, not when you think. Not when you communicate thinking through your voice. You can think as much as you want.
What does that mean?
That
You're better at communicating when you don't talk. That's what he just said.
Yeah, pretty much.
Was it? Did it not feel like he was trying to read us a sexy bedtime story or something weird there at points?
That was 150
It felt like
Shades
he was
of Grey.
giving like a monologue.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, isn't that what we do here?
It was very, very weird.
Don't we give monologues?
Hey, tone change. That's all I'm asking. Tone change.
I don't know if I'm as open to the idea.
This is a guy who missed all last season because he got poked in the eye, and you're giving like a creepy.
Hey, it was an exercise band. Those things have great.
I actually didn't know that's how it happened.
Yes, that is exactly what happened.
It sounds like something on like America's Funniest Home Videos. Like,
it was in his pregame routine. He was using like those. I forget the actual names for him, but it snapped and hit him in the face, which is a very hilarious injury to have.
He fractured his orbital bone.
Yes, he did. Yes, with one of those bands, which I didn't know could create that amount of force, especially given the stretchy, bandy nature of them.
He's entering his 4th year in the league. He only played 4 games his rookie year, threw 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 59% completion percentage.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. Anthony Richardson is, in terms of physical gifts, there isn't anybody in the NFL that is as physically gifted as him. I think he's been given an awful run out from the way they treated him in Indianapolis. I don't think they gave the most obvious project coming into the NFL.
Yeah.
They didn't give him runway, nor did they give him time to learn and get better. He got thrown in there and kind of got thrown in there like, well, he's not performing to what we expected. Well, yeah, of course. You could watch his college tape. He's very raw. Same thing with the same way Malik Willis was. To me, so seeing this report come out again was confusing to me because I've linked the Packers to Anthony Richardson very obviously from the point I thought they had already granted him access, or maybe it was are debating giving him access to seek a trade.
No, they have given him permission.
Yeah. I had thought that had existed already.
I did too.
I think the Packers are an obvious fit, and the thing that confuses me is you like what Malik Willis did, and Packers going out to get him. If they got a trade done in the next couple of weeks, he'd have more time in Green Bay than Malik Willis.
That's true.
That trade was done
after
training
preseason.
camp.
After preseason, yeah.
Yeah. So that was well into, and yes, that was a remarkable outcome. But if I were to bet on anybody today, like if you take Malik Willis' situation and versus Anthony Richardson, and you were saying pick one of the two that you would make a bet on, it's Anthony Richardson 100%.
Just given his physical tools, right? He had a perfect, it is draft season, so we can reference the relative athletic score, RAS score. He is one of 3 quarterbacks ever to have a perfect 10.0. Along with, I think it was Cam Newton, Dante Culpepper, is that right?
I don't know if Culpepper was, but I do know Cam Newton was the other 10.
So
Yes.
I guess I understand the physical gifts, but there's a lack of quarterback maturity there.
Yes. I mean, same with Malik Willis.
Where it hasn't translated at all. And then there's also the injury issues.
Malik Willis had less NFL experience.
Now, the orbital injury is a freak accident.
Yes.
So I'm not going to hold that one against him.
No.
But his first two seasons, he had several injuries.
The worst thing you could say about him, yes, is that he didn't understand how to protect himself. He kept injuring his shoulder. He was taken out of many games because of it. And the other part is when he asked off the field in the red zone because he was out of gas, which are two things I think he's learned, or at least one thing he's learned he cannot do any longer. Turning him into a Malik Willis style and running a similar game plan and then giving him more and more as you continue to go, that's great. The difference is you would probably have to sign Anthony Richardson to some sort of extension after this season, but if he only plays 1 or 2 games, what's it going to really cost to keep him around? Like, it's certainly not going to be a Malik Willis price because I think people will still view him as a backup. Nobody would have paid for Malik Willis after his first year in Green Bay. No one would have paid the going rate for that whatsoever.
Right.
So that to me is it's different. I'm all for investing in those guys because I would rather take a chance of high upside than, I don't know, Kirk bleeping Cousins. I saw that floated out there. I would.
Strouf loves Kirk Cousins.
I wouldn't do it, but it would make me consider renouncing my Green Bay Packers fanhood
because of Kirk
Cousins?
Those
games. Yes, he is the least entertaining quarterback on earth to watch. I find his character to be grating, and he was famously a cowboy. And he loves to do the I'm the Coles guy, I'm the nice guy. He's not nice of a guy.
Famously a cowboy.
He's
what does famously a cowboy mean?
Did I say cowboy?
Yeah, did you mean Viking?
Yes.
Oh, got it.
Yes. Kirk is worried about Kirk. He's not this fun-loving. Like the reason he left Minnesota because they debated changing quarterback, and that to him was a bridge too far. He went to Atlanta with the idea that he was going to be the starter, and then they drafted a quarterback. And he spoke publicly about how offended he was.
I mean, that was an all-time bad contract.
Yes.
I guess good for him, though. 4-year, $180 million.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So you're anti-Kirk.
Yes. I do not want
Justin Fields got traded today, so he's out of the running.
I don't want him around Jordan Love or the Green Bay Packers. Selfish guy.
Okay.
And
selfish guy.
How would you feel if the Packers were in a close game? Kirk Cousins is in, and he has the ability to advance the ball on 4th down to keep your game alive, and he decides to throw the ball out of bounds because he's done that.
Yes.
Do you think he's going to stop doing that?
Yeah, LaFleur could coach it out of him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a 12-year veteran of the NFL is suddenly going to change. The guy whose previous head coach, Mike Zimmer, said, sometimes I can't make him put the ball at risk if he's unwilling to. You know why he did that? Because he was worried about his contracts and his numbers at the end of the season when he could go, look, my TD to interception ratio was this.
So you're very pro Anthony Richardson.
I'm more anti Kirk Cousins than I'm pro Anthony Richardson.
I just thought maybe now that Goody's turned the page and will sign veterans, that Kirk Cousins made sense.
If you wanted to do Gardner Minshew, a guy like that, you could talk me into it. Who are the other infamous, like a Jimmy Garoppolo?
Is it bad that
Mitch was a free agent, Mitch Trubisky?
He's not anymore though, right? He resigned.
That's why I said he was.
It'd be tough for people to really get on board with a Mitch sign, and not that they care about what the public thinks.
Well, I guess why I bring this up and why I find it to be such an interesting topic is because I've never remembered caring this much about a backup quarterback in Green Bay than we have the last 2 years.
Well, we cared about a lot when we had about 6 of them when Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone.
2013 was that?
And Seneca Wallace, Jim Sorgi, the infamous spin move that'll live in my memory for the rest of my life. That was a time where we're like, this is really a big concern. Matt Flynn.
Scott Tolzien, by the way.
Scott Tolzien. Who did I say? Jim Sorgi.
You said Jim Sorgi. He was a little old in 20.
Jim Sorgi, famous backup for the Colts behind Peyton Manning. What a gig.
He was a really good gig. He was 3 years out of the league at that point.
Yeah. So Tolzien, the spin move.
Yeah.
That was a time where we could have really used a
stud backup.
Yeah. And not even a stud, a confident one.
Okay, how about this? That guy right there.
Who?
Aaron Rodgers.
He's not going to be a backup.
One year only?
You think he would agree to sign a lower contract?
Well, they're talking about all this shenanigans of him and McCarthy getting back together. How about him and LaFleur, him and Love?
No. That's not happening.
The mentee becomes the mentor.
He's just going to be the Steelers quarterback.
Which is a bad choice by them.
They're going to be a near 500 team. He's going to go out with a whimper. They might or might not make the playoffs.
He's going to go out with a whimper. You'll never stop hating Aaron Rodgers.
We got a full season of it, and people are like, it actually wasn't that bad. And it's like, no, it was. It was that bad.
It wasn't that bad.
It was that bad.
He was a good quarterback this year.
He was like 25th in EPA.
Every time I watched him, I was just going like, every time.
Yeah, but
it's like that.
Right.
You're like waiting for the big like Achilles snap or the ACL. Like
because he runs gingerly.
I just say that. It's kind of how I've been watching Giannis recently.
Wow.
Just kind of hoping nothing happens, and then he leaves yesterday.
Well, that's a little different.
what do you mean it's different? Super athlete and Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I mean, in terms of like, hey, one of my favorite athletes ever, please don't get hurt. I watched him the same way.
That was a weird distraction you gave.
You're very judgy today.
Yep.
What's going on?
Well, it was your tone that started me off on the wrong foot. That was the one that really set me off.
What was my tone?
Your sexy
dark
bedtime
and mysterious.
reading. Yeah, I didn't like that.
I was just talking.
Clean it up.
It's cleaned up.
Clean it up.
I was just talking.
I don't know if that was just talking. There was something there.
What if
you tried to make yourself an intellectual in that segment, and I didn't appreciate it. You were reading to me as if you were
like I wasn't reading. I was talking.
It sounded like you were reading like the Star Wars, like the words that set the scene for the movie.
Yes.
Just trying to be really cinematic.
Yes.
Yeah, a little cinematic. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
We didn't buy it.
Well, I'm doing a thing here, Josh. It's called a show.
There's many ways to entertain, and we found out today
cinematic stroke is not it.
not your gig.
We should have started with the exercise band story.
I guess I didn't realize that either. I knew he was out because of an eye injury. I didn't realize it was an exercise band that broke his face.
Yeah.
That's crazy that an exercise band broke a bone.
Well, and the funny part is he was preparing, and I understand as a backup you have to prepare like you're going to start, but he wasn't going to play. He's the backup, and he ended up putting himself out for the season by shattering his orbital.
Yeah. And August 19th, Daniel Jones named the starter with Richardson named the backup during his third NFL season. On October 13th, Richardson was placed on injured reserve after he fractured the orbital bone in his eye during pregame warm-ups the previous day. Yikes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, he's had a lot of follies, a lot of interesting stuff happen in his history.
That one's a freak accident. But he does have other injuries.
It's hard to be the guy who's constantly injured because you keep throwing your body in harm's way, and then you hurt yourself not even in play.
Remember when he took himself out of a game his rookie year? He needed a breather.
That wasn't his rookie year.
Was it second year?
Yes.
Josh already mentioned this.
that.
Yes.
Well, he's just done so many things.
Yes. He has Malik Willis, Taylor Lewan said he doesn't know ball. Not that he's not good at it. Not that he struggles with the playbook. He flat said he just doesn't know ball.
And boy, was he wrong.
Which, right, if we could go from a guy who was thought of that way amongst his teammates, you can recover the Anthony Richardson because he's backed up by one of one athlete.
And I just hope, best case scenario, we never see him.
Yeah,
but that hasn't been the case the last two seasons.
Well, and I think that's the modern NFL. What was there, like 50 starting quarterbacks last year? Like that number's just increasing. It's going to. Also, we have thought about we have thought about backup quarterback before because Matt Flynn signed a giant contract and is the author of one of my most favorite tweets ever, where somebody said, "You remember when Matt Flynn signed that big contract with Seattle and they gave the numbers?" And he just responded to it, "Yeah, that was awesome."
Yeah, I do remember that tweet. That was awesome.
It was awesome.
And he never had to play.
Yeah.
It's Russ.
Didn't he get like $40 million? He might have taken home like 20 of it, but
it was a lot.
it was a ton of money because he was potentially going to be the starter in Seattle. They drafted Russell Wilson. The guy never even had to play.
He signed a 3-year deal worth $20.5 million. 9 of that was guaranteed. Flynn competed with 2011 starting quarterback Tavares Jackson and 2012 third-round pick Russell Wilson for the starting quarterback position. When Wilson was named the starter, it made Flynn and his contract expendable. He was then traded the following April to Oakland for a 5th-round pick. He was brought in to compete with Tyler Wilson and Terrell Pryor for the starting quarterback job, which Pryor won.
Tyler Wilson, is that Arkansas?
Well done.
Really?
Sure was, yeah. 2008 to 2012.
Goodness.
4th-round pick in 2013. Didn't last in the league at all. Played his first season with the Raiders and Titans, was on the off-season squad for the Bengals in 2014 and never played again. In fact, I don't think he never played a professional snap. Wow. All right, well, that was a rabbit hole. We'll shift our D-line conversation to Wednesday or Friday because I want to get to the bracket. I want to get to the NCAA tournament, and I want to get Will's thoughts on the World Baseball Classic before we wrap up in about 20 minutes. All right, the bracket is here. My handwritten bracket is here. I do this every year. Josh, before we get to the bracket and different things about the bracket, your grade of my design this year on my handmade bracket.
The thing that bothers me the most, my grade would be a D. What bothers me the most is you do this every single year, and never once have you pulled out a straight edge to make it look nice. You invest all this time, this year's a tradition, and I don't even need you using a ruler. You could use a cardboard box, another piece of paper, anything that has a straight edge, and you could put yourself together a nicely, finely designed piece here, and you just refuse to.
My favorite thing is Will is zoomed all the way in on the camera as I hold it here, and you just can't make out anything.
Yes.
So here's what I had to do. So I did not have any like 8x11 computer paper that was blank. So I ripped this sheet out of a notebook.
Yes, obviously.
There was a first attempt, which I just tried to freehand it, and it didn't go well. So I ripped out another sheet, and I said, 4 regions. I could fold this in half both ways. So I folded it in half both ways and then drew like a big T, like a lowercase t. I one line across, one line up and down. And then I just kind of freehanded it the rest of the way, and I figured it out. So there's the handwritten bracket for the 2026 NCAA tournament.
I think your way to elevate this in future years, instead of it just being this crappy piece of paper that makes no sense to have and do, other than being able to show it and tell everyone you do it, is next year you do, and I don't even know if you need to do the bracket. It might be a nice touch, but you predict all 68 teams, and you predict regions, and you predict matchups, and see how accurate you can be to what.
Oh, you want me to be a bracketologist?
Yes, duh.
I don't know how I'm doing that.
You fancy yourself as an amateur bracketologist.
No, I don't make the brackets. I could probably guess the at-larges.
What was the difference between you writing some teams in red crayon versus black?
Pens. No,
sorry, it looks like chicken scratch.
Yeah.
The difference, so the reason there is just to break it up. So I did.
Because there's multiple teams that are back-to-back red.
Yes.
Well, right, those teams play each other. And the black teams play each other.
This is so hard to read.
Now, I did screw up in the bottom right corner. I accidentally wrote Miami of Ohio and SMU in black when they should have been in red. But other than that, everybody, it's just color-coded by matchup.
I want you to do bracketology.
All right. I could probably do that next year.
You debut it Sunday, 3 hours before the actual one comes out. And you just predict your matchups.
You're going to have to remind me.
I just want to do this because I feel like if we grade him on it and get his percentages of how many he got right, he'd be way off.
No. Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, did you see the Lenardi number from this year?
How'd he do?
Nails. He aced the entire field.
He got all 68?
I think he missed 4 seeds. He picked a team for the wrong seed. It was his best career.
Now, here's the secret with Joe Lenardi, friend of show, who I really enjoy his work. But previous years, he's been not very good.
Yes.
He's been like the 150th ranked bracketologist. Now, this year he was awesome, but I feel like this year was pretty cut and clear who the 68 would be, or right around there. You know who like 65 of the 68 would be? Yeah, go ahead, Will.
I got it. He was 68 for 68 on the field, 37 for 37 at large bids, 57 for 68 on seeds exactly. But if you do the seed plus or minus one seed, he was 67 for 68.
Wow.
So it was a personal best on the seeds and with the plus minus.
Do we know what team he got wrong? You said he was 67 68. Does it mention that or no?
It does not say, but career year for Joe. Congratulations.
Congrats to Joe.
My favorite thing from Joe this weekend was before all the games were done, he punched out. He tossed up.
Yeah, see you next year.
Oh, it was Utah State was a 7th seed, or he had them as a 9. Oh, he had them as a 7, and they were a 9.
I just love that because he knew it wasn't going to change the outcomes, but to not even take it up to the wire and just
never does.
I know, it's so funny.
He could have scheduled
as soon as the Big Ten championship game ends.
It's the
he
best.
throws it out there and says, "I'll see you next year."
You can't stick it out, Joe.
He's got the best job in the world.
It's a great job.
You've been doing this forever.
He gets to watch a bleep load of college basketball for 5 months.
And then
tell you his predictions. And then, by the way, towards the end, right, so you get to Sunday and you get to his final bracketology where he goes 68 of 68 on teams, he knows 37 of them because they're automatic bids. The 31 at-larges, 23 to 25 of those typically pretty easy because they're Big 12, SEC, ACC, Big 10. That's funny. And then like this year, the West Coast Conference, the WCC had 3 bids, so 2 of them were at large: Gonzaga, Santa Clara, and St. Mary's.
This is akin to me as if Mel Kiper put out his final mock draft the day of the draft and then did no more content.
Oh, that's not, well, that would be the same, yeah.
Right.
Well, what Mel Kiper did last year when the draft was in Green Bay was all-time Mel Kiper stuff.
Yes.
For all we know, Lenardi might not watch March Madness.
Yeah, that's true. He might not.
Is there any evidence?
He doesn't want it to influence.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm punching my time card. I'm done.
The Sun Belt Conference tournament is his March Madness. He gets more enjoyment watching that than he does the actual tournament. No, so back on Kiper, and then we'll get to the tournament and any takeaways anybody has. Kiper last year referred to his mock draft until like the 5th round last year because of Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
Because he wasn't drafted until day 3. And he was so angry because he had him going, I think, like 5th overall. And all-time stuff. All-time stuff. Levi chimes in. Why does the camera that Josh sits always freeze?
It is reset like 5 times today.
I've noticed you've been battling over there.
Yeah.
And the question to that, Levi, is something we've been wondering for months.
Yeah. So to go a little inside baseball, we have 3 cameras in our studio. 2 of them are the same. The one Josh is on is different than the other 2 that you see me on.
And to make it even more interesting, not that anyone cares that much, but we've switched out that specific camera because of the issue, and the issue persisted.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
So yeah, just reset sometimes. You'll just have to bear with us. We do our best.
Maybe we should just do one shot with both of you guys in it. Zoom out one of the cameras.
We could just sit next to each other. I'm sure Josh would love that.
Yeah.
All right, 9 Big Ten teams are in the field. Wisconsin gets a 5 seed. They'll take on 12th seed at High Point on Thursday at 12:50. 12-5 seed, 12:50 tip-off on Thursday Central Time. That's the 4th game of the tournament, at least in the round of 64, will be the 4th game to tip off on Thursday. Wisconsin, this is the 6th time in program history they are a 5 seed. 5 of their other times, they have been a 5 seed. 4 of them they lost in the first round. They have been on the wrong side of a 12-5 matchup 4 of the 5 times in franchise history that they have been a 5 seed. The good news is, I think this team is much better than previous 5 seeds. They were a 5 seed a couple of years back, 2 years ago when they lost to James Madison. But yeah, they're better than what they've been as a 5 seed the last several years. This team is really, really good, and you saw it again in the Big Ten tournament. They played their way up to a 5 seed, probably a 6 seed had they not beat Illinois. They've played their way up to a 5 seed, but they're also playing their best basketball at the best time of the season, which is very, very important. But when you have the backcourt duo, and you've heard everybody say this, but when you have the backcourt duo of Blackwell and Boyd, and you have the ability of everybody else in this team stepping up at any moment, you saw it Saturday against Michigan when Austin Rapp went on a 15-2 run by himself when they were down in the second half. Anybody can step up at any moment. Braden Carrington's had his moments. Nolan Winter will be back in the fold. I'm really excited to see. What this team's able to do. But High Point will be the first round matchup, and if they get past them, it's likely a date with Darius Acuff Jr. in Arkansas, who's one of the most exciting players in the country.
Arkansas.
By the
second Arkansas mention of the program.
That is, yes, it is.
Shout out.
Yes, it is. Shout out.
One in each sport too.
I
would have never guessed.
What did they say? Woo pig.
Woo pig suey.
There it is.
I'd like to make an amendment. I said franchise history.
Yeah.
I meant school history.
Program.
Yeah.
Program history. School history.
Yeah.
Way to put your hand up.
Yeah, that's on me.
Point the thumb, not the
All
finger.
right, Joshy, where are we at on the Wisconsin Badgers? I want to know from you.
I want to say I listened to your and Ben Bruss bracket breakdown. I thought you guys did a very good job. It was informative and interesting for somebody who me is like a part-timer. I cram for the test this week. I do all the reading, all the analytics stuff that I keep pace. I check KenPom throughout the course of the season, all that. As it pertains to the Badgers, it feels like the season has been they play up to competition, play down to competition, and that's sort of been a lot of the story. When they play the good teams, it seems like for the most part, especially in the second half of the season, they got the best. They gave that team their best shot. I'm not super concerned about High Point. I think the fact that they're a 12.5 point favorite in a 5-12 matchup
FYI,
like
that has dropped quite a bit. It's down to about 9.5 now. Last time I looked, yeah, it's dropped quite well. It seems to me, and Ben and I talked about this a little bit this morning. On we did a day after quick pod this morning. It seems like High Point is very quickly becoming America's sweetheart in this tournament. It's either them or Penn, it seems. Because every year, the country falls in love with a lower seed and hopes they win. And it seems like High Point, for some reason, has become that team.
I think the reason is people are looking around and trying to find the 5-12 that loses.
Yep.
And if you look across the bracket, there's a lot of teams you make some. I mean, St. John's is a 5 seed as well, right?
They are, correct.
So I think you start looking across and you go, well, I don't know if that team's going to do it. And then you land on the Badgers, who have beat really good teams and have looked really good against them, but then also will just lose to middling Big Ten teams, and you're kind of confused by it. So I see how you land on that being the case.
Sure.
I would trust Vegas on this one. I think when they find an advantage like this is going to be one of the ones where they go, you want to bet it down? Guess what? We're going to let you. Mm-hmm. Because we think they'll cover at 12.5, and we think they'll cover at 7.5. So they just get money all sorts of ways, and then it's building their portfolio. Because they do this all the time. You'll see weird action or see big movements, and then it ends up being on the book side anyways. And you're like, well, that didn't go as planned. So you see a few of those, especially in the first round. The Badgers can beat literally anyone in the NCAA tournament, and I don't think you're going to get a sleepy midweek performance out of them. I did see Frank Kaminsky say that the committee has like a bias against the Badgers and hates them by making them play on the first session all the way on the West Coast.
Yep.
I don't find that to be the case because High Point has to travel further.
Yeah, they're in North Carolina. Yeah, they have to add an extra time zone.
Right. So I don't think it's as big of a disadvantage to the Badgers as it is to High Point. Especially, I don't know how much traveling High Point's doing in their conference.
That's a good point.
I can't imagine they are coast to coast like the Big Ten. So I would imagine they're less prepared for this than the Badgers would be, especially because of the type of school they are. Do you know the lore about High Point?
I don't. I know Tubby Smith used to be the head coach.
They're a private school.
Yep.
I've
been to that campus actually.
I don't know. They have an on-campus run by the university steakhouse, hibachi, free parking. It's a
free ice cream. Did I see?
Yes. It's a very hoity-toity private university, which has just Google perks of High Point University. It seems like an unbelievable, idyllic place, which doesn't really say anything about the basketball, but is just fascinating when you think of all the times you got parking tickets in college because you parked in a place for 5 minutes extra than you were supposed to, and then they're like, "Hey, we can withhold your graduation." That just doesn't happen at High Point. They give you ice cream. You go to the steakhouse that they let the university run because it teaches you which is smart. It teaches you business skills. How do you open up and run a restaurant properly? Well, guess what? All the students are going to do it because we have our own here.
Was High Point in Milwaukee last year? Is memory serving me on this?
I do know they were in the tournament last year.
Were
I do
these
not
the
know
kids
where
you
they
asked them how many beverages
yes.
they were going to have?
And he responded, we're a private school, 0. Wasn't that High Point?
It might have
been.
It was purple. I just don't remember.
Yes, they are purple.
They did make an appearance last year.
It wasn't like Grand Canyon.
And I believe last year was their first appearance ever.
And also former head coach prior to Tubby Smith at High Point, Bart Lundy, the head coach of Milwaukee.
Interesting.
Was previously the head coach.
They also might have the next like Jack Golke, Doug Edert on their team. This guy Chase Johnston. You
Okay,
seen
well
this?
yes. So yes, I did see this.
Number
However,
99, he's 0 for 4 from 2-point field goals this season, and then 64 for 132.
right. So
on
do me a
threes.
favor though, Will. Grab your calculator. Okay.
Okay.
You got your calculator?
Yeah, it's my brain.
64 times 3.
That is 100 and hold on.
It's 180 and
172.
then 4 plus 4
Okay.
times 3.
They played 34 games this year, so divide that by 34.
Uh-oh.
That's 7.
Less than that.
6.
He averages 6 points a game. This is not Jack Golke. Just because he shoots a lot of threes does not mean he's Jack
What
Golke.
if he has a Jack Golke game?
Jack Golke scored.
Jack Golke wasn't Jack Golke until he was Jack Golke.
That's kind of true. Jack Golke
No,
was also a starter for them. Jack Golke also averaged well into the double figures in the regular season and throughout. Chase Johnson is averaging 6.1 points per game.
It's Johnston. Put some respect on his
Isn't
name.
that what I said?
You said Johnson.
Okay.
You said Johnson.
He's
said-
also
you said
averaging.
franchise.
He's also averaging. I did say franchise. He's also averaging 10 minutes less per game than he was a year ago.
They're saving him up. Fresh legs.
He's
no
averaging
jet lag.
He's averaging less points and 10 less minutes than he was a year ago.
Had 11
I'm glad
points
you-
against Winthrop.
I'm glad you had the same thought on me and got ahead of that.
Ahead of what? His season high is 18.
You're scared of CJ. Just say it.
No.
Oh, terrible. He's number 99,
Yeah.
too.
Makes it
Terrible.
Isn't that, I kind of love that, actually. I kind of love that.
What are you, Wayne Gretzky? Get out of here.
I kind of love that part.
The great one.
So, frankly, they do not scare me. Like, they have some decent guys. Terry Anderson, Rob Martin, Cameron Fletcher are the names to keep in your head. But, like, I'm not worried about High Point. This ain't James Madison from a few years ago. This Badgers team is really darn good. So I'm excited to see them. So did we confirm High Point was in Milwaukee last year?
I was too busy looking up this Johnston fella.
Okay, that's fair.
You could probably
Yes,
find
they
the
lost to Purdue. Yes.
As I say, you could probably find the video.
Oh, we got to find that video.
Yeah. Probably find the video and see it written on their shirts.
That's awesome. I'm pretty fired up about that. I got to reuse that. High Point University, shout out. How many beers are we having? 0.
Beers are we drinking today? 0. What? Christian school. No!
We're a Christian school. All-time blunder by me. All-time blunder by me.
I guess I didn't realize they had. I just knew them as a private institution. I did not know they were a Christian school.
I didn't either, Josh,
Yeah.
until last year. High Point University. Yeah.
I just looked up your name in High Point to try to find the video, and your crappy bracket came up.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. This is not a crappy bracket. This actually might be one of my better ones that I've made over the years.
I love how you didn't even draw out the rest of the bracket, like the rest of the lines.
Well, then I'll print one off to fill it out.
Oh, okay.
Duh.
But this is just for like, hey, what does the first weekend look like?
If only there was a way to do it without writing it down.
You know, here's the thing, you guys. I don't understand making fun of me for this. I've never made fun of you for your sports traditions.
It's because I don't have
I don't
any
have
like
one
this.
that's that
Yeah.
useless.
Yeah.
It's not useless. It's fun.
Because as a child, I said, well, this wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for me to do if someone else is just going to do it much better than I can. That's where my brain kicks in.
Have you heard the study that you retain information better by writing it down?
It seems like you're trying to Google it right now by the way you're talking because you're trying to figure out if it is or is not actually a study.
Yes, it is scientifically true that writing information by hand improves retention and memory compared to typing. Handwriting engages the brain's motor, visual, and cognitive functions simultaneously, leading to deeper processing, better synthesis of ideas, and improved recall, particularly when using physical paper. So, Josh, I'm going to hand you my handwritten bracket. Josh.
All you're trying
Take my bracket.
not touching
Josh,
it. I'm
take my
not touching it.
ask me a team and I will tell you who they're playing.
Josh, rip it up.
See, but that
Oh,
what
would
you're
you be
doing,
mad
this
if
is
you ripped
carnival. This is carnival tricks.
Josh,
This
ask me who's playing who. Come on.
This is insignificant.
Ask me who's playing who.
Who does Wright State play?
Wright State is a 14 seed. They play a 3 seed, which would be in the bottom right region is it's not Alabama, I don't think. No, that's a different team. Who's the 3? It's the 3 seed in the bottom right region. Who is it?
Well,
Gosh,
I mean, you're dead.
you're that smart.
Yeah. All you're trying to do is carnival tricks.
Yeah. If I would have given you a 9 seed, you'd have been like, oh, well, they play an 8 seed.
Who's the 3 seed? I'm blanking on it in the bottom right.
Who does Georgia play?
Georgia's an 8 seed. They play a 9 seed who I like a lot.
No, duh, they play a 9
St. Louis.
seed.
St. Louis. Right? Georgia, St. Louis?
Yes. But the fact that he gave you 1 and you didn't get it,
I'm going to get it.
just proved. No, you have to have it. It has to be.
Okay. Let's keep going.
No. I'm still not touching it.
Who's the 3 seed?
I'm not telling you.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be.
You gotta write it out again. Write out a whole nother bracket until you remember it.
Yeah.
What's one he might mistake? Who does Troy play?
They play Nebraska.
Okay.
That was too easy. Big Ten.
The 3 seed. Oh, it's Virginia. Virginia, right?
Yes.
Virginia?
Yes.
There you go.
Cal Baptist.
Oh, they're 16.
Nope, they're 13.
Are they really? They play in California, I saw. They're
So
13? Oh, I might be SOL here. Well, if they play a 4, that means they don't play Kansas. It's Kansas, right? Is it Kansas?
You just had to use deductive reasoning because you had them assigned to the wrong spot.
I was going to say Duke.
Who does Kennesaw State play?
They are oh boy. I just saw this one. It's in the
I did too.
bottom right. There were 12. They play a 5 as well.
So, all right, not in the bottom right, not at 12. Can you admit you wasted your time doing this now?
He'll never admit that.
Well,
The only reason to do this is
they're
to
an
have
even
it
number, though.
memorized the next
Hold on.
day.
They're an even number, so that means they're 14.
Now,
How-
even number is something you can
They're
pride
an even
yourself
number.
on.
It's another 3 seed. They're not in the bottom right because we just went over the bottom right. So
Yes.
that means they're in the upper right, which means that's Wisconsin's region. They play Gonzaga.
All right.
One more. Come on, one more for the road. And then we'll get to what we missed. One more for the
No,
road.
you already proved our point.
Come on.
We won.
Will, one more for the road.
Who does Prairie View play?
Prairie View A&M. They are in a round of 68 matchup against. Oh boy, that's 3. It's 3 letters, right?
Nope.
The winner will play ultimately though. The number 4. They play Florida,
Okay.
but I don't know who they play in the play-in.
Lehigh.
Who went there? CJ McCollum, the Lehigh guy.
Yeah, he did.
All right. Time now for what we missed, what you learned.
Do you regret that?
No, I want to do one more. I really like this game.
You know that just didn't work in your favor.
No, but
Tennessee State.
The funny thing is he has the
Iowa
play-ins-
State?
Yeah.
The funny thing is he has the play-ins written here twice. So they're in their bracket correctly, and then he wrote play-ins up here. So you wrote something 2 times and still couldn't recall it. Disproving everything. I think what went wrong here is you view yourself as the person who learns by writing stuff down, but in practice you aren't actually. So you've heard somebody say you learn it better if you write it down, but it turns out that might not be your style of learning.
Did you have to pause the TV and were you behind
No.
because you're writing it in?
No, because they do the live look-ins, so it went slow enough. So I was okay. I did have to write the play-ins later though, because they were flying through those.
It is also hard to ask you because I can't read half of the teams because I'm just looking at your bracket.
Oh, sure.
This is
Missouri.
They're a playing team.
Nope.
They got it at large. Are they an 11?
Nope.
Are they a 9?
Nope.
Even number?
why did we get to even?
Yes, even number.
They're a 10 seed.
Yes.
If they play 7.
This is crazy.
Maryland.
Nope.
Is Maryland even in the tournament?
Nope.
No. Which also you wrote all the Big Ten entrants again on their own, so you would have written their name twice had you known.
UCLA?
Nope.
Nope.
All right, I give up.
You're in the exact opposite region.
Miami, Florida.
Oh, yeah.
God. Oh, yeah, I knew that.
I knew that.
Dang it.
I knew that. All right, well, what do you got?
I mean, can we just pause for a second here?
We got to go.
We
Make
have
it
to
quick.
add this into the long list of things you claim to be an expert in and then underdeliver in miraculous ways. You thought you knew all the largest markets, got that wrong. Thought you knew all the largest states, got that wrong. I mean, all the largest cities in the state. Like, your list of underdelivery is now reaching a point where I think we don't address it enough.
Whew. Yeah, well, I kind of knew what I was doing here.
Did you?
Yes,
You thought you were going to nail it.
I did.
See?
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's is what are they, 7?
Yep.
They play a 10. It's the bottom left region. If they...
The thought process is what gets me
It's
every time.
unbelievable.
He doesn't know which region. He just knows where it is. on
Yeah,
his
and bottom
bracket.
Well, that's south. That's the south region. I don't know.
Texas A&M.
That's right. The Aggies.
That's right.
One of 3 Aggies in the tournament, I believe.
The
Thanks for
best
correcting me.
part about you, and I hope you never change, even though it can be frustrating at times, is your undying belief in yourself.
Yeah, I rock.
You know it could go off, things could go sideways on you, but you believe in yourself enough to make the challenge possible. Because you knew in the back of your mind you didn't have this all committed to memory.
Oh, yeah,
but
I did.
You thought, maybe I'm going to have a moment of clairvoyance, and the bracket is just going to...
You don't understand how
form.
long I've stared at this. But I think you asked me some of the games where, like, I haven't even considered the lower seed to win.
NC State.
They're a plan.
Yeah.
They're an 11 seed. They don't play at Miami of Ohio, do they?
Levi says it's time to go.
Colin Russo will join us on Wednesday's show
Real
to
quick,
break down the bracket.
What
Yeah,
we
go ahead.
missed, congratulations, Team USA. Huge win last night.
Was strike 3 or strike 3?
Definitely wasn't a strike 3, but that's baseball.
That's baseball.
It's so annoying to me. Like, the strike zone was low all day.
Yeah.
All night.
Both teams were dealing with it.
Yeah. Hey, don't watch the ball go past you.
Hey, Will, I got one for you. Illinois.
Illinois plays Penn.
Let's go. TJ Power.
That was easy.
Yeah, it was easy.
See? That's
Penn.
how it's done. I just looked at your bracket for like 10 seconds, and I got that.
We'll brag with you Wednesday. You're going to get 12:30 Central. Our buddy Colin Russo from ESPN West Palm, Florida will join us on a Colin Russo Wednesday to talk a little college basketball. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to hanging out with you on Wednesday. We'll talk to you then. Peace.